Hey, I want to welcome everyone back to another episode of Forex Tech Magazine. It's your host, Lewis. Hope everyone's doing well. Today is Tuesday, December the 4th, 2018. The year is almost over with, so if you haven't made any money, you got just a couple more days to do it. Hey, before we get too far into this, I just want to go ahead and give out the disclaimer. Any and all information that's given to you by Forex Tech Magazine should be considered to be for educational and entertainment purposes only. Nothing that we share with you should be considered to be financial advice. If you are in need of financial advice, then our suggestion would be to seek out the assistance of a licensed, competent advisor. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and get into why you came, which is looking at some trades, right? Now, today, what we're looking at is the Great Britain Pound, the zillion dollar. We'll look at a couple of these trades. We're going to go through them. Once again, we don't have any trades on the books right now at the moment. We may possibly put something on here. I don't know. Later today, but for right now, we don't have anything on. Looks like it's a risk off type event that's happening right now. How long it's going to be this way, kind of unsure. So this is one of those areas right here that if you do decide to trade, you do decide to get into this. I mean, as you can see, prices steadily been going down. I mean, you can see it on the daily. But if you do get into this right here, definitely use your stop losses. There's an opportunity in here to make money. The only issue is we're selling off of the support. So whenever you are at support, always think possible U-turn. There has to be a reason though. For the last 1, 2, 3 days, this things fell straight through that support. So that may no longer be support. It may actually now be resistance for us. Um, just use the word caution. Just kind of if you're going to trade it, just be mindful that it could U-turn back. Also, too, what you're going to probably want to do. This Fibonacci sequence right here has been negated. And let me show you why it's been negated, because this is your A, this is your B. Price went through the A, so it's actually probably, like I said, it probably will pull back, but not to the extent where it's going to U-turn. If I was a betting man, so you got a couple of areas here where possibly could go back and U-turn that. If you look here, this right here is a bit of a resistance area. All right, so this is off a weekly chart. I would so you're already at one area here was a possibility, so something you want to monitor. And as you can see, price did pull back up through it. If price crashes below this particular point here, then look for the next level of support to be somewhere around about here. This thing has moved a tremendous amount over the last couple of days, so this is definitely one you want to monitor. And if you do decide to get into it, like I said before, just use caution. We're here at the end of the year. There's a lot of stuff going on in the world, and what I would hate to see happen to you is get hurt. Yeah, and as you can see, here goes the pullback. So this is AB. This should be your C here. And then you're looking at your D, which comes down right about where we just put our other level of support. So, yeah, I mean, definitely a possibility. If you're going to do this, I'll probably say look for the pullback on the hour chart, which hasn't happened yet, but look for a pullback. All right, a couple green candles, all right, and then look to kind of get in off of that pullback, and then maybe put your stop loss back here somewhere, right? Right now, right now it's 101 pips from where we at right now from that swing. So I definitely want to put it in. I would definitely want to try to go ahead and put in a sell order now, but wait for a pullback to occur, right? And then once the pullback happens, put in your loss. Pullback should probably be about half of this right here. So probably somewhere in here should pull back to 83.58. Wait for that to occur. And once that does, then you can probably put in a sell order um, at that low, at a low somewhere, and then put your stop loss back and watch it go, right? Agua. Let's see here. Let's look at another one. So there's definitely a possible for a sell right there. And potentially make some good pips there as well. So this one here is automatic. Okay, so obviously, looks like it was going sideways. Now it's going down. This is the pullback here. Looks like it's getting ready to make its move, next move down. So it's kind of what we already talked about, but it's already in the process of doing it with this pair. Look at it on a daily chart. So yeah. So once again, a couple ways to look at this one. Only reason I don't, well, a couple ways to look at this right, because as you can see, I wouldn't put the stop or the take profit all the way back at this particular support line. And the reason being is just because in the past, you see where it came, it broke way before it got to, not way before, but broke before it got to support, right? It came back down once again, broke right here. So, it could do that again. So if I was looking at this right here, I'd probably put my take profit right about in here, right? Look to sell this particular pair. And then put my stop loss back up here. All right, above the swing. And watch it ride. Because we're coming, this right here was a support, but obviously price came up, came close to it, and decided it wanted to go ahead and push back down. So now it becomes resistance. And we'll look towards the next level of support for a take profit. And a lot of this right here just has to do with the fact that there's some strength in the oil market, so CAD pairs are really kind of reaping that, or the Canadian dollar rather is reaping that, because it was I think it was a deal with OPEC to cut supplies. And because CAD is commodity currency, that's where you get this benefit from. Let's look at the next one here. Great Britain pound, Japanese. I will not trade this one. I always lose money when I trade this thing. Let's look at it though. Obviously, it's a strong push. Obviously, it's a push down. Ideally, you would be looking at this level of support right here. Take your profit, but it hasn't presented itself as an entry point. As you can see right here, here goes the pullback that we was talking about once again, right? Price goes down, you wait for the pullback, right? Before you enter, right? Once the price starts to move back down again, and then you put your stop loss above the swing high and ride it on out. But of course, price is already in its downward motion. If price comes back up again, if it pulls back up again, then it might be another opportunity to jump in there. But I wouldn't jump in there until price makes its pullback. I wouldn't do it while it's already going down. This one here has a huge gap. Oh my goodness, this window is big. Remember we talked about price has to close that window. So at some point in time, this price expected to come back up. So price went down, price came up. I'd be cautious with this one for right now. I mean, you could still go ahead and trade it theoretically, but man, it's right here on this level of support. So with this right here, I have to have price action. I mean, price needs to clear this low here. before I'd feel comfortable even trying to get into this right here. And as you can see, price has not cleared this low. Typically what you want to do is see a lower low. This is the low price is within that candlestick or within that wick. So there is the opportunity for price to reverse and come back up because you're right here on a level of support. This one right here, price stay clear for right now. For obvious reasons. One, you know, U.S. just went through that whole thing with they did a ceasefire with China as far as with the tariffs, and that will give added strength to the Aussie dollar. So that pair could look to reverse. So be careful on that front. Let me just check something here real quick. All right. Let's see what's the next one we got here. Great Britain pound, U.S. dollar. And looks like it's consolidating to a point here. And as you can see, a lot of energy is getting built up into this thing. So once again, this is one situation where volatility is getting wind up in here. And at some point, this thing is going to break, and it's either going to break up or break down. It's closer to support, so the anticipation would be that it would make a move up. So that means there's going to have to be some dollar weakness. And consider the fact that there's some information that's going to be coming out. There's going to be some economic news coming out about the Great Britain pound here shortly this week. So that could give way to that move up. If it does test this support line, right, then what you're going to want to wait is for a confirming candlestick to say, hey, yeah, this thing really is going down. Get that confirmation candlestick, or you want to wait for it to show that, hey, it's bouncing and it's coming back up. So right now, for this one here, I'd probably say no trade. Just kind of just wait. The New Zealand dollar one, I would probably... Yeah, I'd wait, because this one here looks like it's bouncing up, right? Right? And if it is going to bounce up, we want to wait until, right, we get that pullback in place. And then once we get that pullback in place, then we can go ahead and look to press down. But as you can see, it's bouncing off that level of support right where we placed it at. And if you try to sell right now, you'd be on the wrong side for that position. Right. Anyway, guys, that is it for me. That's all I got today. I know, once again, it's been pretty weak the last couple of days, and I apologize, but there really hasn't been that much to talk about in the market. I'm not really in a trade, so it's not really talk about when you're not in a trade. Not really anything to examine. We're just kind of looking at how the market is right now, the conditions overall. But we do plan on potentially getting into something this week. We just need to kind of let the market kind of play out a little bit more, and let some positions kind of, or some opportunities rather, kind of reveal themselves to us, so that way we can go ahead and get in there and start making some trades. At any rate, listen, if you got any questions, hit us up on Forex hit us up at questions at forextechmagazine.com. Love to hear from you. Stay safe, God bless, and I will talk to you next go around. Take care.